Hello, everybody. This is Jamie with Social Distance Live, and I'm doing my first spotlight show. I'm really excited to share the Quilters with you guys. Quilters are a band that have appeared on a couple of my undercover shows, and they're people that I've known all of their lives, more or less. Um, I knew them when they were kids, and I was a counselor of theirs when they were in the boys' chorus. Um, so I'm really excited with what they're building, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. Please share the event. So if you're watching, please just hit that share button. Um, you can see some information on the screen, right? Over there, you can see the Instagram for the Quilters. Over here, you can see Social Distance Live's Facebook. I'm also going to add the donation button there. So the donations for today's show are going to Hamilton families. But please donate directly to the Venmo of the Quilters, and they'll pass it on as a lump sum. I just want to keep track of what they're donating, but all of it will go to Hamilton Families. Hamilton Families is a organization based in San Francisco that fights homelessness, which is, as you know, a acute and growing problem. So please help them, help our community here by donating there. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to start this process. What you'll see is a couple of songs. These are all going to be original songs for the Quilters. As they talk about in the interview, they've had a couple iterations. They were a big band with lots of sort of diverse sound and brass earlier, and partly due to COVID, they've kind of been pared down to sort of what's maybe their essence, which is Ray and Jerome Porter brothers, and then they work with Dorian Cunningham, and you'll see how that works. It's great. So we'll start with two songs that are kind of back to back there, and then we'll have an interview section that will be about 15 minutes long, but hopefully it'll be fun, kind of just talking about their experience in COVID and their experience writing songs. And then we'll go into final three songs, and all the songs are going to be pretty different, so it should be exciting and fun to go through. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please share, please donate, please like Social Distance Live if you haven't. Please head over to Instagram and like the Quilters. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the show.
Hello, welcome to our backyard. We're the Quilters. Thanks for watching.
I'm sure there was a time you were a child, baby, when loving came so easy to you and feeling good felt okay. Then something changed along the way. You don't know who or what to blame, but now you're worried sick most every single day. But if it feels good, you can let it feel good. Even though letting go is kinda scary. 'Cause if it feels good, you can let it feel good. No need to worry what it means, 'cause what it means is that you're getting close to somebody. Now what do you do when your woes you find to be way out of place? But to your dismay, just knowing so doesn't make them go away. And what do you do when you set out to close the wounds long open, but just end up painfully aware of what's broken? Maybe you're addicted, can't shake it, to being on your own. I know you can kick it. You've gotta leave that shit alone, yeah. 'Cause if it feels good, oh, you can let it feel good. Even though letting go is kinda scary. 'Cause if it feels good, you can let it feel good. No need to worry what it means, 'cause what it means is that you're getting, yeah, close to somebody. Oh, yeah.
Hello, we're beginning. So, hi, this is James with Social Distance Live, and I'm here with the Quilters. Welcome,
Howdy.
guys. Thank you so much for being doing the first Spotlight show. Really excited to showcase your stuff. For me, this is the first Spotlight. As you guys have been a part of my Undercovered series a little bit. I think you were part of both Gillian Welsh and Towns Van Zandt.
Shout out Gillian Welch.
Yeah. And it's this studio that you guys have here is amazing.
We keep calling our respective rooms studios. It's literally a backyard.
Yeah.
Our other one was Jerome's bedroom.
Well, and also the hallway. You also had
the entryway at
a
Porter
hallway.
House,
Yeah.
Got those natural reverbs.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful studio.
It is. Yeah. I think it's really nice that you've chosen to have multiple colors of houses behind you. I think it's a good decision. Actually, that leads me into kind of one of my first questions, which is just how you feel like your process of being a band in COVID has kind of changed over the course of COVID?
Well, I think the first thing is that one of the kind of many guilty silver linings of COVID for us is that Dorian came home.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like we used to play with Dorian when he and I were like 16.
Yeah.
And then he went to college to pursue other things.
Yeah.
Um,
You went to Chicago, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I lived in Chicago the last 4 years, and then right about at the beginning of the lockdown, I moved back to San Francisco.
Uh-huh. Was that unconnected to the lockdown, or was it connected?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It was the end of my college career and the end of my lease at my apartment in Chicago.
Yeah.
All sorts of things. It was the convergence of a bunch of things, so that right when everything was going into lockdown, it just made sense for me to come back to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
He got his degree in music composition. He's like went to college to pursue other things.
yeah.
Right.
He became a baller at music.
Right.
Pretty much.
And then he came
Came back and was a baller at music,
Returned
and you're
the
like,
job.
oh, great,
Yeah.
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's convenient for them. What's in it for you?
I don't know. I'm still asking myself that.
So I'm going to step back here and kind of introduce you guys. So this is Raymond Porter. This is Dorian Cunningham. This is Jerome Porter.
It's my brother.
Yeah. Not a coincidence.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was looking at your guys' Wikipedia page, and I
We're on
heard that you
Wikipedia.
guys were in the boys' chorus.
Yeah. Yeah,
As a
we were
joke.
all three in the boys' chorus. The boys' chorus is
Francisco
not a
Boys
joke.
Chorus.
Wikipedia is a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, San
Yeah.
Francisco boys' chorus. Yeah, it's where our love of singing together was birthed.
Yeah.
We're still trying to shake a lot of really bad vocal habits we learned
Uh-huh.
in the boys' chorus.
I think bad is a harsh word. They're great for choir singing.
Right.
They had a big focus on everyone sounding the same, which you kind of need to focus on with
Yeah.
like 85 little boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now that we're
Everyone expressing themselves all over the place.
you can't
That's
have
so
that.
good.
But now
Yeah.
we actually have the freedom to be ourselves
Yeah.
for the first time in singing.
Yeah.
And it's we've been having to actively learn how to do that and how to not focus strictly on sounding like each other,
Right. Right.
which is really hard, but it's been really good.
It seems to me that there's a nice blend, right, between what you guys experienced growing up and then kind of what you're experiencing now as people who are learning how to be yourselves, like you're saying, and also learning how to be singer-songwriters. But as you say, it's a very different thing from being in a choir, but it feels like there's a lot of just value that you gained from that experience, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of enjoyable things about music, obviously, but like none really compare to like just nailing like a 3-part vocal harmony.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You don't
Yeah.
have an instrument. You're all just using your voices. It's really cool.
So the first two songs that we heard, what were the titles of that songs?
Sorry,
Uh-huh.
and then there's a little interlude,
Uh-huh.
and then we go into Along the Way.
Are you guys doing a lot of writing during this period, or?
Yeah. Sorry was a song I cranked out pretty much in one night during the first few weeks of quarantine.
Uh-huh.
Missing
sorry time.
Missing my mom.
Yeah.
And then Jerome wrote Along the Way. We've been trying to be better about collaborative writing.
Yeah.
Just like writing music is so damn hard and requires a lot of like comfort in your own skin, and like no matter how comfortable you are around other people, which we are relatively very comfortable around each other,
Yeah.
it's still really hard to write collaboratively and write well collaboratively.
Yeah.
So both Along the Way and Sorry were songs that Jerome and I wrote like very secluded and then brought to
Yeah.
the group.
If you could touch on that a little bit more, like how does the process of turning it from this idea that you had into a group thing usually work for you guys?
Yeah, you take it to Jerome and he does it.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
With Sorry, actually, it was kind of one of Ray's first. I shouldn't say first, but he he did a demo of it
Yeah.
on his own
Uh-huh.
with like MIDI drums, guitars, bass, keys, everything,
Right.
which was really cool, and it's really a valuable tool to have to be able to hear like what is in Ray's head
Yeah.
when he writes a song. Yeah, it's good to have both, I think, because, for example, the last song we do, Beats Me,
Yeah.
we really wrote that quite collaboratively.
Yeah, that's true.
And like I was just playing a lick, and Ray did what he heard, and Dorian did what he heard,
Uh-huh.
and it's a true collaboration,
Yeah.
which is a very
So
new
you guys,
thing
it
for
kind of
us.
started out with like a sort of jamming out, basically.
Pretty much,
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much.
Yeah.
very much like a jammy kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think there's also a lot of kind of collaborative writing that we do that's not like specific writing time. Like we'll be playing through a song that's in its like newer stage. Someone will try something out.
Yeah.
Someone else will give a comment. Someone, you mess around with various things. I think that's writing as well, but that part is really just detail oriented.
Yeah.
And that type of collaboration happens over a much longer process than the
For sure.
initial songwriting part
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I'm curious, as everyone will see with the next couple songs, I feel like you guys have a very distinct sound, but it also leads to different iterations. Like the 3 songs that are coming up are each quite different. And I'm kind of curious how, I guess, your musical influences and or like if each of those songs kind of came about, you touched on this a little bit, but came about in a different way for you in terms of how you conceived of it, because it does, you guys aren't just doing the same thing every time, right? Like it's like a different vibe for each song, and it almost feels like, I would almost imagine a different kind of musical thought or a different influence would go with each one. So I'm just curious if it's a kind of consistent process for how, like where you draw those inspirations from. Or also just like what are your inspirations?
Yeah, I think there's been this unspoken understanding between Jerome and me, and now Dorian, I think, just like fits into that perfectly, which is like at its core, the point of music is to genuinely express your individual human experience, and the next song coming up, Heartache, is a pretty good example of that it was just like the melody and the words were doing that job, so it didn't need anything else. The song didn't need any more instruments or a big arrangement. And like Jerome immediately understood that and was like, oh, and like 2-part harmony, guitar, and like we're good. Don't fuck with it anymore.
Right. It's great as a listener too, because I think it's great to hear the sound of you guys blending together, and then to be able to pick apart the sound, and then kind of go back to a different, more blended sound. So I really appreciate how you guys have a variety of styles, like not just in terms of like musical styles, I guess, but in terms of the way that you construct the song. It's useful as a listener.
I think that comes from, like Ray was saying, a mutual understanding that everything each of us is doing is like subservient to the song, rather than each of us wanting to play our instrument
and having like a thing that you do.
Exactly. Like we don't necessarily have a thing we do. We each look at the song and say, what does the song need?
Mm-hmm.
Which is such a funny practice, because it's almost turned into this viewing the song as a separate like live entity, almost like it's a plant you're taking care of at home. What does the song need today? Actually, let's put it closer to the window. It's weird, but it really does. Like at a certain point, it becomes its own entity, and you don't want to like let your ego or anything get in the way of that song being as good as it can be.
Right.
I think that can be especially difficult when you're the person who wrote the song, to step outside and hear it as someone who has never heard it before and has no idea of what they're going to hear. It's such a difficult process to kind of step outside of your own ears and your own understanding of a song that you will understand deeper than anyone else if you wrote it.
Right.
And be able to think more objectively about like what people who are hearing it for the first time are going to experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and particularly when in the COVID situation, you're not having the kind of the feedback of playing shows and whatever. Yeah, I mean, how has it been? Have you guys evolved your way of you're thinking about who you are as a band in COVID, or has it just been you're like kind of waiting to go out and go back to what you were doing before?
I would say it's changed hugely. Before COVID, for quite a while, we were playing a significant amount of shows, really regularly.
Yeah.
And there was a continuous pressure to have everything we were doing refined for a show,
Right.
like the next week or whatever it was.
Right.
And that really kind of got us into a very rigid, like productivity-oriented mindset.
Yeah.
And having the time in COVID to work on stuff and pursue whatever we want with no urgency
Yeah.
has like really fundamentally changed the way we work together, and I think allowed us to have to be a lot more patient, be a lot more experimental,
Yeah.
which I think has been huge for us, and I think will be a permanent shift that we carry with us into our future
Yeah.
like creative process.
Yeah.
It's been so much more fun. Like,
So much
way
more
more
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
We're in a pretty sweet creative groove right now, and I feel like just starting to really get into a groove with Dorian.
Right.
Like it's so easy with him because he's so like musically literate and intelligent, but
It's all that
like,
schooling.
no, it's what's in here.
Right.
You can't teach that. We were playing as a 7-piece with a full horn section before, but now everyone else like either moved away or
Yeah.
the rest of the 7 either moved away or just like can't really play because of COVID or started doing other things.
Right.
So now we're a 3-piece.
Right.
And it worked out well because before recently we weren't good enough to hold a band together with just the two of us, and it
No,
would not
really.
have worked.
No.
So
Yeah.
when we lost 5 of our 7 members, Ray and I kind of had to learn how to play our instruments
Yeah.
and learn how to sing.
Yeah.
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 You couldn't hide behind a horn section. You book a show and you show up with a sax, a trombone, and a trumpet, and people are like, "Oh my god!"
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like, sick.
And like you got
we're
like
gonna write for that.
shirtless John Luca.
Yeah.
Taking over. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I think it's been great for you guys. So, where can people find you if people want to continue being fans of yours?
Yeah, as terrible as Spotify is, you can find us on Spotify. We actually were in the process of booking a tour to the Midwest this summer, and then that all got canceled. But people care. Like people bookers at venues care about social media numbers and streaming numbers.
Yeah.
So it would actually be a huge favor to us if people followed us on Instagram at the Quilters Band.
Yeah.
And streamed our music on Spotify. We actually have the first song of ours that we're genuinely proud of coming out quite soon. It's getting mastered right now. It's called Summertime.
Yeah.
And it's a sick song.
It's pretty
Right.
cool. So we've got 2 songs up there right now, Gravedigger and San Diego.
Yeah.
And then we've got Summertime coming out and a 4th one, The Zoo. That's our first batch of songs that we recorded in the studio.
Yeah.
And those songs were written between 2 and 5 years ago.
Right.
So they're very much the first
The old
iteration
songs.
of our band, like the Quilters 1.0.
Yeah.
And then what you're hearing today is basically the Quilters 2.0.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And hopefully soon these songs will be recorded in some form that they're also streamable.
Right.
But for now, you just have to watch this video back.
Yeah. What you can do on YouTube, you look up Social Distance Live on YouTube. That could help me because I can get subscribers that way.
Yeah, do it.
Cool. So let's get right into the second part of the set. You want to just mention what the titles of the songs are?
Yeah, we're going Heartache, and then we do a song called Colver City, which is actually about Baja. And then we do a song called Beats Me.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, so thank you so much for being on the show. Hope you can come back to one of my other shows at some point. If not, definitely just feature you. And then good luck going forward. It's awesome to listen to your music, and look forward to what comes next.
Thanks for having us, dog.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
James.
Yeah.
Feels like heartache day after day, and I'm not sure how much more I can take. 'Cause when life turns upside down, what's lost can be found, and it feels like heartache day after day. And he walks among the living, but you know it's dead inside. My past hurts go unforgiven as you catch the ghost out of the corner of your eye. But that's life, and it feels like heartache day after day. And I wish that I knew who I could blame, 'cause the bardo within me gets so foggy I can't see, and it feels like heartache day after day. And he walks among the living, but you know it's dead inside. My past hurts go unforgiven as you catch the ghost out of the corner of your eye. But that's life, and it feels like heartache day after day.
Colver City?
Oh yeah.
The song is called Culver City, but it's definitely about Baja, California. Sorry for the confusion.
No, sorry's a different song.
I gotta tune her up so you want it.
Yeah, I gotta look around.
I had the pleasure of driving the peninsula with that hermit over there. She can't hear me.
Yeah. Oh, not ready. I'm sorry.
shakes it once, now you adore her, baby. Long ago you called her mine. We're smashing up a desert highway. We gave the slip to 405. Left the border far behind us, maybe. Golden sand and battered time. You split my lane like a rebel. Gravel gripping your tires. No signal, you left me. You're coming up on my side. Then you slipped on by. Culver City, California. In Culver City, California, the radio will never die. And we're all searching for a station, baby, to make us forget while we drive. It's been a minute since I seen you, baby. Yeah, I've been shook, but hey, that's life. You got a minute, we could catch up, maybe. Yes, all se puedes will do fine. You split my lane like a rebel. Gravel gripping your tires. No signal, you left me. You're coming up on my side. Then you slip on by. To Culver City, California. And I thought a lot about it, but nothing seems to stick in my brain. A packed truck on the open road makes me feel a little less insane. Now don't you worry about what he say, 'cause hey, it'll all be okay. And I thought a lot about it. She takes up all my time. She takes up all my time. But it's alright. She gave her all my life. I give her all my life. I give it in that blue and white. 'Cause it's alright. She takes up all my time. She takes up all my time. But it's alright.
Nice, very nice. Cool. This is our quarantine song. It's about being really depressed in quarantine and needing something to occupy your time. It's also
So it's a pick-me-up song.
yes,
Yeah.
it's a pick me up.
It's also just about the strange ass times.
Yeah,
This is fucking crazy.
yeah. We all have our ways to cope. Who's that band says? Who's that woman who says, "I need to start a garden"? I need to start a garden.
Oh yeah, Haley Hendricks.
Haley Hendricks.
Shout out Haley Hendricks.
So this song is called Beats Me. This is Jerome's song.
Beats me. Here we go. Take one.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for watching that. That last song is really catchy. For those of you that are Quilters fans, you can see they've changed a lot, and yet kind of stayed the same. It's awesome to see. I'm really excited about this show, even though we didn't get too many viewers. I think it will be something we can share, and I can share again and use again. So thank you so much for watching. Do share the video out into the future, and please support Hamilton Families. They're at the link at the bottom. Follow the Quilters on Instagram, and follow me at Social Distance Live. The next Social Distance Live Spotlight is going to be in a couple weeks, It's going to be on Thursday, September 3rd, and it's going to be the Gentlemen Soldiers, who are North Bay band, Irish music with a sort of rock element. Really awesome. Tony Gibson and JB Duff have been a huge part of our Undercovered series. So they're going to be shown here on September 3rd. I always said 3rd last time, September 3rd. So that's the next one. It's going to be at 7 p.m., September 3rd. We're going to keep going. We're going to have another 2 bands on September 9th, in addition to all of our other programming, which you should check out Social Distance Live at Facebook. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. Bye.